Hey everyone, this is Ken, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial guys on a brand new all-in-one mega chicken farm that also has an XP farm built in, plus it's for 1.18 and 1.19 Java edition. Now right out the gate guys, this first section here is simply just for the cooked chicken only. Now we're not going to be using the traditional lava system, which tends to burn half the items. Now all that raw chicken and feathers are all going to get sorted out, but in this case the raw chicken goes directly into the smoker, which will get cooked automatically, which is great. Now for the raw chickens and the feathers and the eggs are all in this section right here, and that also gets sorted out into the storage system, which is an auto sorting and storage system with an overflow protection built in. So everything is automated. Now with this particular design guys, you're going to get 192 eggs per hour, 576 feathers per hour, 150 raw chickens, and 300 cooked chickens every single hour. And trust me guys, this thing pumps. Now to make the fully automatic smoker, we're using a carpet duper to create that unlimited fuel for the system itself, so you never have to worry about that. And if you want that XP guys, all you have to do is go right to the front here, hit that lever on the bottom. As you can see, nothing's in there at the moment, but it's been working for quite some time. Now once you hit that lever guys, it's going to block any items from going down. And the second that first chicken cooks, as you can see I'm at 7 XP, you just take out the item and you can see right away guys, I went from 7 to 21 XP in one shot. And it's really that simple. So you could always come here to get that XP. Now these are going to be the items you're going to need for the chicken farm that I just showed you right here. If you want to reduce it, I'm going to show you what parts you could change and modify if you want a smaller or larger system. Now it's going to be about 37 wide, 8 long, 7 tall, and 2 deep. Fantastic. Now once you got that all set up guys, go right here to this corner. You're going to count about 1 block in and then add 3 blocks in the front, and you're going to add a cauldron on the 4th block. Then you can break these blocks, and in that cauldron guys, you're going to add 1 bucket of lava. Now you're going to add 2 blocks right above it and break the ones underneath, and from here it will allow you to place a dropper facing downwards towards the top of the cauldron. Now once you've done that, place 3 blocks in the front and 3 more blocks on the side of it. You're going to add 1 comparator going forward on subtract mode with a block in front of it, a redstone dust in front of the block with a block on the side of it. Then you're going to add a repeater going the opposite direction with a redstone dust in front and a target block right in front of the redstone dust. Now over here guys, you're going to add 1 hopper and 1 barrel, and you're going to repeat that 3 times. So a hopper and a barrel, and 1 more hopper. You're going to leave it like so. Now go about 1 block towards the right where the redstone dust is at. Add about 8 droppers going upwards from that point. Now if you need to pause the video, please do. Trust me, you want to get this right. Now over here guys, the same setup. We're going to add a comparator going forward with a subtract mode with a block in front, redstone dust in front of it with a block on the side, a repeater going the opposite direction and a redstone dust in front, and a target block in front of that redstone dust. Now above the repeater, you're going to add a straight line of observer blocks going upwards, parallel to the dropper, as you can see, and another row of observer blocks, but the activation is going outwards, as you can see, and a block right in front of it. Fantastic. Then you're going to add 2 hoppers going towards the bottom, and you're going to curve it from here and just add a few hoppers going towards that direction, just for now. Now once you've done that, go about 1 block in, add 2 blocks there. I'm going to be using oak wood planks and 2 blocks above. Then you're going to add a row of 5 blocks on both sides, like so, and then add an additional 4 more blocks right on the side here. Now at this point guys, you're going to add 1 large chest. You're going to repeat that 4 more times going upwards, and you're going to create 5 rows of this. So basically 5 aisles of 4 large chests stacked on top of each other. Now you're going to add some blocks right on top. When you get a chance, add some stairs right on top of the actual chest, and of course add some blocks on this side. You really want to make a nice wall, and add another row right on top of it just to trim that off. And starting here guys, you're going to add some spruce logs and extend that to the other side. It just gives a nice trim. Perfect. Now right behind it, you're going to add a hopper going to every single chest like so. Now on this side, guys, you're going to add one large chest. And for the rest, you're going to add a barrel right on top. Then you're going to add a hopper going towards the chest and the barrel like so. Now once you've done that, you're going to get a block of your choice. And you're going to add 1, 2, 3. Add another row of 3 starting from the middle. And then one more right in the middle and break the one right above it. And you should create this shape. Then you're going to add a repeater going forward with a redstone torch in front of that block. And right above that block, you're going to add a comparator going forward with 3 pieces of redstone dust on top of it. Now you're going to repeat the same exact layout 3 more times. So add your blocks, then you're going to add your repeaters, add your redstone torch right in front of each block. Then you're going to add a block right above it. And of course, 3 more times. And over here as well. Then you're going to add your redstone dust right across. Because once again, just simply mimicking and just replicating what we just created the first time. And your comparators going forward. Then you're going to add a hopper going towards each comparator. Fantastic. And starting from that hopper, guys, you want a hopper line going straight across from that point right above the dropper. So the items go up and then right across. All right, now let's start setting up the actual sorting system. Now you're going to go to this hopper right here in the front, place the item you want to get sorted out in the first slot, and then 1 dirt in the last 4 slots. Now ideally, you just have to put like 3 items in each of the first slots, all right? Don't go too crazy about getting 41. As you let the system run and prime it, it's going to build that up to 41 items. And then once it hits 41, that's when you can start seeing the actual items go directly into the chest. So just let it run for about an hour. Trust me, guys, you're going to start seeing tons of items flowing. Don't freak out so quickly. Now, once you get that all set up, guys, you're going to go right over here. You're going to add an additional, I would say, maybe 5 to 6 more hoppers going forward. And you're going to add a barrel on the first one right on top, leaving a gap in between, another one, and then another one, and so forth. So I put a total of 4 with a hopper on top of it. Now we're going to be making 4 units for the raw chickens and the feathers, but you can make this less or more units depending how you want to set your farm up. If you want less, guys, then just make 1 unit. It still works the same, but you're not going to get the same numbers that I showed you earlier. So for the tutorial, guys, I'm just going to make this 4 units. Now once you got your choice on how big you want to make this, you're going to wrap it around with some oak wood planks or a block of your choice, fill in the gaps, and place it right in the back here and extend it right across. Perfect. And you're going to add a dispenser parallel to the actual hopper. Then in front of it, guys, you're going to add a slab right on top. And once you've done that, you're going to add a solid block right on top of the actual slab. And fill in the gaps here with 2 blocks of your choice. And on the side here, you want to make that 3 blocks. And over here, guys, let's fill this up too. And you're going to add a hopper going on top of each dispenser. Now starting here, guys, you're going to add a block and extend that all the way to the other side and then wrap it around. And just let's bring this up as well. And on top of those hoppers, you're going to add another slab. Now once you've done that, guys, we're going to raise this all up about 2 blocks. Just extend that like so. And you pretty much get the gist at this point. Now, starting here at the edge, you're going to add a nice trim work right across, and you're going to fill in the entire front part with glass. Now, if anyone's interested, guys, I use Optifine to get that clear connected glass texture. And you're going to add 2 glass blocks on top of each one of that first solid block, and a block right on top of it. Let me just show you the front part here. Now what you want to do, guys, is really extend this trim work. And once again, you want to build this with your personal design touch. Now in between the dispensers, you're going to add a target block. Then you're going to add a 3x3 platform right behind it. Now go right over here, guys. You're going to add a comparator right behind both dispensers like so, and push both comparators on subtract mode with a block in front of it. Then you're going to add a redstone right here next to it in between with a repeater going forward and a block right behind it and a redstone dust on each side. Then you're going to simply replicate the same thing on this side. Now, if you're just doing a single one, guys, the same layout, just add your comparator on subtract mode with a block in front, redstone dust on the side, a block on the side of it with a repeater going forward, and a redstone dust going forward. That's if you're just using 1 unit. But if you're using a double unit, you could really utilize this and just simply add another comparator right next to it with a block in front. Just make sure they're all subtract mode with a block in front and that redstone dust, guys, and then simply cut and paste. Now starting here, you're going to add 3 upside down stairs and a block right underneath. Right in the middle with a smoker right on top of it. Now you don't have to use a smoker, but it's highly recommended. You can use a regular furnace if you want to. Now you're going to add a hopper going towards the back and one underneath and one right on top of it. Perfect. Then you're going to add a barrel right behind here with a hopper going right above that. Then you're going to add a block behind that bottom hopper, one block at an angle. Then you're going to add a comparator going forward and a block right in front of it. Now what we're creating here, guys, is the actual carpet duper, but it's going to be controlled by the signal coming from this hopper. Now to make this even more efficient, guys, add a stone shovel right behind those last 4 slots because you're never going to use those slots, but the first one is south. But that's completely optional, guys. It is not required. Now what you're going to do here, guys, add a block with an observer block, and you're going to break that with the activation in the back, and you're going to add a block right behind it with a sticky piston facing the opposite direction. Then you're going to add 2 slime blocks right on top of each other in front like so. And on the side, guys, add a redstone torch here, add a block right on the bottom part where the observer block is, and add 1 redstone dust right there. Now, you want that redstone dust to be activated. So add a lever on the side, and you're going to turn that on so that once it hits max, that's when the signal goes through. Then you're going to add a block on top and a block on the side here and 1 more right next to it. Add a redstone torch, well, redstone dust there, and a redstone torch behind it. Now, not to worry, guys, it should be activated like that. But just break it, put it back, and you should get this activation pulse going. Now take another lever, because you don't want this just going crazy. Get another lever, and just turn that on. It's just temporary, guys. You're going to break that later on. I'm going to show you when. But that's simply just to control it for now. Now once you've done that, guys, you're going to go right over here, place a carpet right on top of the actual extended piston. And you're going to add a temporary block on top of here. And on all 3 sides, 1, 2, 3, you're going to add a furnace or even obsidian or any unmovable block that the sticky pistons won't affect. Then here, you're going to add some oak wood, or oak wood planks, I mean. And you really want to cover everything up in the front here. Now I'm just going to fast forward this a little bit. I just added a crafting table and added some more blocks with some upside down stairs and just simply covered all this up to make it look nice. And on top of here, guys, I even added some glass. So in case that carpet breaks, I can always go in there and correct it. Now once you break it, it's going to be off to the races. Now right now, that's going to be filling out the entire furnace. You see? Shooting that carpet, going forward directly into that hopper. And that's going to be the unlimited fuel for this system. And the only time it turns on is once it's low. So you're never going to hear that clicking sound. And you can see once it hits 64 items here, that's going to turn on and then it's going to turn off the actual carpet duper. Anyway, at this point, guys, add 2 blocks right underneath here. And you're going to add 2 droppers going upwards. And then you're going to add a 3rd one going towards that hopper. So break these 2 just for now and place the hopper going towards the dropper. Now we're going to place this a little differently. Now you're going to add a 2x3 platform, break these blocks, add a comparator going forward on subtract mode with a block in front of it, and a redstone dust in front of that with a block on the side of it. Then you're going to add a repeater going the opposite direction with a redstone dust in front of that. Now this is where it gets a little different. You're going to add a rail activator right on top of it and an observer block so that it can pick up the signal from that rail activator. And that's going to activate that entire mini item elevator. And you can also use a note block if you want to. I know note blocks are a little easier to make, but you have 2 options there. Now over here, guys, you're going to add 2 blocks here, or 2 more hoppers going towards that direction. As you can see, add 1 barrel on top of here so that the cooked items go down. And right over here, guys, we're just going to cover this up just a little more, make it a little more neat because we didn't utilize this space. Now, if you want to, for the eggs itself, we're going to add one hopper going towards that direction. Let me just break this up again. My apologies. And we're going to create a nice little section for the regular chickens to lay their eggs. So add a few blocks here and here. And you're going to add a slab on top of that hopper. Then you're going to add 2 glass blocks on both sides, or regular blocks of your choice, whatever you want to use. And at this point, pause the video, guys, because you got to at least get 2 eggs in there to start breeding. And what you want to do is get a maximum of 24 chickens right inside that 1 block of space. Now, once you got that, guys, all you have to do is place a slab right on top of it, and they're locked in. Nothing will mess with these chickens, and they're perfectly safe. Now, starting from this dropper, right underneath, you're going to add another hopper going forward on the bottom. It's where it gets a little different. Then you're going to add 2 blocks behind it and 2 blocks here, making this 2x2 platform with a comparator going forward and a hopper going towards that comparator. Then you're going to add 3 pieces of redstone dust like so, and a redstone torch on the side. Now at this point, guys, you're going to go right into this hopper. You're going to add 4 pieces of dirt in the last 4 slots and 3 feathers in the first one. That's going to sort out all the feathers so it doesn't go directly into the furnace itself. Now you're going to place a straight hopper line towards that bottom dropper. You're going to add a total of 16 hoppers in that direction. Now let's place this back right here, guys, and we're going to add a nice oak wood plank wall on the side of it. Let's kind of cover this up. Really make this look nice. You want this to look as good as it works. Now, starting here, guys, you're going to add a straight line of oak wood planks, and you're going to wrap that around, guys and girls. And once you've done that, you're going to add a dispenser in the back with a space in between. Now, I'm going to be making a total of 8 units. But if you want to make less or even more of this, this is the perfect time to pause the video, make as many units as you want, or even less. It's okay. Then you're going to add a hopper right on top of it with a slab on the bottom in front of each dispenser, and a slab on top of every single hopper right across. Now, once you have this kind of look, you're going to go right to the back here, and we're going to cover this side up like so, and simply extend 2 blocks right in the middle of each one. So just simply cut and paste the same exact format right across. Now, when you get to the back one, the last one, just make sure it's 3 blocks wide. Now, once you've done that, add a nice straight line on top of oak wood planks. And just like we did previously, guys, fill this up with some glass so you get a nice visual of what's happening. Now, in the back here, starting from there, you're going to add a block parallel to the slabs and extend that right across from front to back. And add a second row right on top of it. Then you can get that solid block and place it right on top of the first slab on the bottom, and do that to each one right across. See, it's like right there. All right. Then you're going to add 2 glass blocks right above it. And once you've done that, you're going to add a block right on top of each of the glass blocks like so. And extend this row from front to back one more time, and you should have this awesome platform. Now, starting from the back here, just like we did previously, you're going to add a 3x3 platform, and you're going to add a comparator on each side. Make sure they're on subtract mode with a block right in front of it. Then you're going to add a redstone dust in front of the block with a block in the middle, and a repeater going forward, and 1 redstone dust in the front. Before you do that, add a target block there, and then add your redstone dust like so. And you're going to repeat this 4 more times to every 2 dispensers. And it's that easy, guys. Then you're going to add some spruce logs, and of course, add this beautiful trimming right to the front to the back, and really decorate this to your style. Now, to get that XP farm set up, guys, all you have to do is break the block in the middle, add a solid block with a lever, and that's going to control that hopper or lock it every time you press it. Now, to get the chickens in all these units, I would suggest make a 2x2 staircase with dirt. You want to get at least 2 chickens in there. You can use some seeds, some wheat seeds, and they're going to follow you wherever you go. So for each unit, you want to get at least 2 chickens in there. And at this point, pause the video because you're going to have to breed them at least up to the point where they get about 24 chickens in each of those units. Now, it's going to be tedious, but trust me, the result will be amazing. Now, you can't just make sure you're crouching when you're doing all this. You want to slowly nudge them in, you know, just kind of crouch to the edge, push them in as they're looking at that seed, the delicious seed. And trust me, they're going to fall right in perfectly. And you have the perfect height where you could breed them. And as you can see, guys, the babies are going to pop right in there. They're not going to go anywhere. And once they're fully grown, you can just keep on breeding and breeding. And the cycle goes on. And you got to do this, of course, I believe 12 times in total. But that's the fun of this. Now, at this point, guys, make sure if you haven't already to hit that subscribe button. And thank you so much for all the support. I hope you guys love this. And let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. Remember to please leave a comment and to click that subscribe button if you want to join. Thank you.